Never eat ginger like this again. Have you ever been told that ginger is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? That it can soothe your stomach, calm inflammation, boost your immunity, and even help keep your blood sugar under control? That's all true, but here's the shocking part. What if I told you there are certain ways of eating ginger that could actually hurt you, especially if you're over 50? Yes, ginger can be a gift, but if you use it the wrong way, it can turn from a healing spice into something that makes you dull, weaker, sicker, and more uncomfortable. And most people don't even realize it. So let me ask you, are you absolutely sure you're eating ginger in the right way? Could the very thing you're using to protect your health be working against you? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I'll never look at ginger the same way again. I'll never forget a conversation I had with a friend of mine in his late 60s. He'd been adding ginger tea to his morning routine because he heard it was good for arthritis pain. At first, he said it helped his knees felt a little looser. The stiffness was less brutal in the mornings. But after a few months, he started noticing he was bruising more easily, and even a small cut on his hand took forever to stop bleeding. He thought it was just aging. But when I asked him how much ginger he was consuming, he admitted he was boiling nearly a handful of raw ginger every single day and drinking 2 giant mugs of it. And here's the thing. Ginger, in excess, can thin your blood. That means if you're already on blood-thinning medication, or if you're over 50 and your veins and vessels are more fragile, too much ginger can increase your risk of internal bleeding, nosebleeds, or even a dangerous fall that doesn't heal well. That's why I say, never eat ginger like this again, meaning never in extreme amounts, never without knowing what your body can handle, and never without understanding the risks. You see, ginger is powerful because it contains compounds called gingerols and chagols. These are the natural chemicals that give ginger its spicy kick and also its anti-inflammatory punch. But here's the catch. Just like a strong medicine, too much of it can overwhelm your system. If you're someone who struggles with acid reflux or a sensitive stomach, raw ginger, especially on an empty stomach, can actually make things worse. Instead of soothing your digestion, it can trigger heartburn, stomach cramps, and bloating. I know this goes against the common advice you see online, where ginger is praised as a miracle cure for nausea. And yes, for motion sickness or mild nausea, ginger candies or tea can work wonders. But for someone over 50, with a slower metabolism and a more delicate digestive lining, chewing chunks of raw ginger or tossing it straight into smoothies can be like pouring gasoline on a fire. That burning sensation in your chest isn't healing. Harm. So my advice: never eat ginger raw and in large amounts, especially first thing in the morning. Instead, balance it. Use it as a spice in cooking, or let it steep gently in hot water with a bit of honey. So that way you're getting the benefits without the shock to your stomach. Now, let's talk about another mistake I see all the time: mixing ginger with the wrong medications. If you're over 50, chances are you may be taking something for blood pressure, cholesterol, or joint pain. Here's where it gets tricky. Ginger naturally lowers blood sugar and blood pressure. That sounds amazing, right? But what happens if you're already on medication doing the same thing? Suddenly, your blood pressure can drop too low. You feel dizzy, lightheaded, maybe even faint. Or your blood sugar dips dangerously, and you find yourself shaking, sweating, confused. This is one of the biggest hidden dangers of ginger people assume because it's natural. It can't cause harm. But nature doesn't always mean safe, especially if you're mixing it with modern medicine. That's why I always say, never eat ginger like this again, never blindly. Never without thinking about what else is going into your body. Let me pause here for a second and ask, have you ever experienced side effects from a natural remedy that was supposed to help you? If so, share your story in the comments below, because your experience could help someone else avoid the same mistake. And if this video is already opening your eyes, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because I share practical health insights like this every week, especially for people over 50 who want to stay sharp, strong, and independent. Here's another angle many people overlook: ginger candies, ginger chews, ginger ale. These are marketed as health-friendly options, but let's be honest, most of them are loaded with sugar. If you're over 50, sugar is the real enemy. High blood sugar leads to inflammation, weight gain, diabetes, and joint pain. So while you may feel like you're doing something good by sucking on ginger candies for nausea or sipping on a can of ginger ale for an upset stomach, the sugar you're taking in far outweighs the benefits of the ginger. Think of it this way. Would you ever dump sugar on your salad and call it healthy just because there are a few carrot slices on top? Of course not. So never eat ginger like this again, ever in processed, sugar-coated forms that sabotage your health while pretending to heal it. But here's the part I love most about ginger. It truly is one of the most versatile natural tools we have if we use it wisely. For people over 50, when your joints ache, when your digestion slows, when your immune system needs a little push, ginger can be your ally. But it's not about eating more, it's about eating smart. Add a thin slice to your tea, grate a little into your stir-fry, or blend it with lemon and honey when you feel a cold coming on. Think of ginger as a seasoning, not a main course. When you treat it like a spice, it works with your body instead of against it. And here's something most people don't know. How you cook ginger actually changes its chemistry. Fresh ginger has more gingerol, which is great for inflammation and pain relief. But dried or cooked ginger has more shagol, which can be stronger for digestion. That means if you're struggling with arthritis, maybe fresh ginger tea is better. But if you're dealing with sluggish digestion, maybe cooked ginger in soups works best. This is why I always encourage experimenting not with huge amounts, but with small, mindful uses. Notice how your body reacts. Write it down if you need. 2. Because at our age, our bodies are unique. What works for one person may not work for another. Let me share a quick personal story. A few winters ago, I was dealing with terrible sinus congestion. I thought I'd try a natural cure and ended up chewing raw ginger slices like candy. My nose cleared up, sure, but within an hour, I had the worst stomach cramps I'd had. In years, I learned the hard way that raw ginger on an empty stomach was too aggressive for me. Now, when I feel a cold coming, I simmer thin slices in hot water with lemon and honey, sip it slowly, and let the warmth do its work. No cramps, no pain, just the healing comfort I was looking for. That's the difference between reckless use and respectful use, and maybe that's the bigger message here. Never eat ginger like this again, never carelessly, never assuming more is better, never without listening to your body. Instead, treat it with the respect it deserves. Isn't a magic bullet? It's a tool. Like any tool, it can build or it can break. For those of us over 50, every choice matters a little more, because our bodies don't bounce back the way they used to. That's not something to fire, it's something to honor. It's a reminder that wisdom, not excess, is the real path to health. So the next time you reach for ginger, remember, don't chew it raw in huge chunks. Don't gulp down massive mugs of ginger tea every single day. Don't load up on sugary ginger snacks. Don't ignore how it interacts with your medications. Instead, think balance, moderation, and awareness. Ginger can still be your friend, but only if you stop treating it like candy and start treating it like medicine. Now here's the twist I promised at the beginning. You might be thinking the message here is to fear ginger, to cut it out, to play it safe. But actually, the message is the opposite. I don't want you to give up on ginger. I want you to use it more wisely than ever. Because when you stop misusing it, ginger becomes even more powerful. When you respect its strength, it gives you back energy, comfort, and vitality. And isn't that what we're all looking for after 50? Not shortcuts, not miracle cures, but simple daily choices. Let us feel good in our bodies and confident in our lives. So here's my challenge for you this week. Try one small mindful way of using ginger. Maybe a warm tea before bed. Maybe a little grated into your soup. Notice how you feel. If it works for you, share your experience in the comment side. Love to hear your story.
Yes.
And if this message resonated with you, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more videos where we separate health myths from health wisdom. Because at the end of the day, health after 50 isn't about chasing the next miracle. It's about learning how to live in harmony with what truly supports us. Ginger can be one of those things, but only if you never eat it the wrong way again.